Hey Dustin, what's up? Wanted to offer um, some more eyeballs on your about page. Um, so the first thing that I see here is the word assurance. I don't know what the word assurance means, so I would try to use a simpler word that anyone can understand. Um, Helping systems-minded engineers build lives that truly fit. Here, cool. But what is the problem? Lives that don't fit, and it's like there's something in here when you talk about debug systems engineers and their lives. What I'm curious about is the key problem that you solve is the problem that because you're an engineer you suffer from a specific condition. Like, is it true that engineers have, like you said here, systems minded? I'm just curious about that because I almost like you could use that disease, which you could just make it up, use that disease as the like the key problem that you solve for engineers. So let's say, for example, engineers suffered from a disease which is called, um, what do you call? It's got to be something that they. Um, yeah, I'm just spitballing here, but it would be systems minded engineer build lives that truly fit. Learn to investigate and debug the systems shaping your life. Build a life that truly fits. To understand. I think what you have here, like this rewrite, I think that's better. Build a life that works. You spent years learning how to build reliable systems, but when it comes to your own life, maybe something still feels off. You might be successful, like a successful or successful professionally, yet feel disconnected, unfulfilled. So these are all adjectives. The word successful, disconnected, unfulfilled. These are all adjectives. I would use nouns. What is the actual thing that that a successful engineer deals with? Is it um, conflicts in your relationships? Is it one night stands? Is it over being obese or overweight? Is it taking anxiety medication? Is it like, what are the actual tangible, concrete things that are happening in this person's life that you've identified as being symptom of this disease? And then going back to the disease itself, it's like, is it the way they think? Is it the way, like, what is it about? It's almost like the trick here is like when you're creating this disease, and I'll give you one here just like as an example so that you could bounce off of it, is what Viagra did is Pfizer, they couldn't they couldn't go to market with the idea that men are impotent, right? They can't go to market with that idea because men are like, well, I'm not even going to listen to that ad. I'm not going to go to the store. I'm not going to engage with that because impotent means it's way beyond just erectile dysfunction. Impotent means it's like a spiritual identity. It's like masculinity. It's demasculating, right? And what they want to do is actually enhance the masculinity of the man. And so what they coined is they coined a term which takes the onus away from the guy, right? Because they might think it's a performance issue, whatever, and they kind of externalized it into ED, right? Erectile dysfunction. It's something that happens with the erectile system, and it's just the dysfunction of the erectile system. And so they kind of externalized it and removed the responsibility, the blame, and the shame from the person, from the guy, over to this disease. And so then they positioned Viagra as the only solution for ED. And so here I think you could do something similar where um, it's like emotional. I mean, if you say emotional dysfunction or processing dysfunction, or it's there's something there which I'm not kind of like finding right now, but there's something there about how the way the mind of a systems engineer is trained to do what? Create systems, to debug code, to see the world through code, and it's to abstract these words into new objects. And yeah, I'm not finding it right now, but I think you could dive deeper into that disease and that problem, because that'll give you something more tangible for you, something a little bit more it's like a disease that you could say that all engineers kind of suffer from, or systems minded people suffer from, and then you could create the solution for that thing. So that's my takeaway um, from that stuff. And then even with the outcomes that you're trying to talk about here, what are those outcomes? Because actually nobody actually wants to learn how to do this. Like, people don't want to learn how to observe outputs or trace root causes. People don't want to learn that. People want to learn how to make people instantly like you, how to make your wife want to have sex with you, how to make your kids happy every time they see you when you walk through the door, how to make your boss like you so much they want to like throw money at you with raises, how to make your clients inside your debugging calls listen to every word you say and agree with every change that you suggest. Like, that's what an engineer wants, right? They don't like, here you're talking about the mechanisms. They don't care. People don't care how you get them there. They care more about uh, where you're going to take them. And cool, you have a method to do it. Awesome, give me the method. So I would rethink that. But it's interesting because if you can tap into this audience's mind, I think you have something really, really big. Uh, that you're not quite hitting yet. And then I would go back just the basics too. Is like, who's your customer? Like, who has paid you so far? What are they like? What are the problems that they've complained about? I would start there. All right. Hope this helps, man.